Hi there. So today I have a tutorial for you on how you can create your own Google Sites page for your distance learning classroom website so you can get ready for the fall and make sure that your students and your parents have all the access to the information that they need for your classroom. I know a lot of us use Google Classroom, and Google Classroom is great, but there it can be kind of confusing. Things can get lost through multiple posts that you make in Google Classroom. So an easy way to kind of organize and make things kind of put things all in one place is creating a Google site. So let's get started. So you're going to want to be logged into your Google account with the district, and you're going to go to the menu here, and you're going to scroll down until you see sites. So you can click sites. Now, this is the old Google Sites. So you don't want to go here. You want to go to over here where it says new Google Sites and click that. So they're kind of phasing out the old one. And what you see here is there's a whole bunch of templates that you can choose from. So there's like a classroom one, so you're welcome to kind of click that one, and the template's already created for you. So, you can just add your own information to that if you'd like. So you can see here, you can just type in your class name, class overview, add some pictures, maybe of yourself and the textbook. Here they have like a schedule page where you can insert your calendar, and then a newsletter or important information. You can always edit this to be something else. So let's go back. And I'm not going to do the one that's already kind of given to you. You can see there's one for a club, student portfolio, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to just create one from scratch. So I'm going to go to a blank one. So I'm going to click that, wait for it to load. All right, and you see here you get this blank page, so you can start to kind of edit it and customize it how you wish. At first, you look at this and it can be kind of overwhelming. It might look a little complicated, but I promise you it's actually really simple and straightforward. So if you just kind of follow my tips and guidelines through the video, you'll be able to kind of move through it quickly and customize it to fit your needs. All right, so we're going to get started. So what we're going to do first is we are going to make a title page. Now, if you want to, you can always change the theme. So it has images here that you can select yourself. You can always pick one, that you like, something that kind of goes with your classroom. So you can pick that one, right? If you want, and you can add your classroom title. You can say like Mrs. Messon's math class. If you teach two subjects, this would be a great tool for you to use because you can kind of have both. You can make two pages, like say you teach math and science, you can make one science page and one math page, and everything is kind of organized. And you can use this as like a home page. So you can say just your name, Miss Messon, or whatever your name is, and you can title the page if you want to. I'm going to just title it 8th grade math. All right, and there you go. You can get started. Now, if you kind of don't like the generic images that they have for you, you can always upload your own. So we can go here. I have some wallpapers. So say I like that one, so I'm going to insert that one. Okay, and you can just kind of search on Google. If you already kind of have your images that you like, you can, upload them there. This right here is the readability. So you can kind of play around with this and see, which way it looks best for you. So this is with it on, it can kind of look a little blurry. So if your image looks kind of dark or a little too gray, then you can kind of adjust this readability here. Now, say you want to customize it even more by like adding your Bitmoji. So what you can do is you can go to this site here. This other teacher has a lot of great Google templates. So if you type in alicekeeler.com/sites banner, Okay, then it'll take you to a Google Sites banner template. So you just click make a copy and it'll open up a template. So whatever you create, you want to make sure you create it within this blue box. So this will allow you to kind of do whatever colors you'd like. You can also insert, an image that you picked up. You can insert your Bitmoji. So I am going to insert a Bitmoji here. So I'm just going to pick this one. I'm going to drag it down. All right, and then I'm just going to adjust it so it kind of fits. I'm going to put it in the corner here. All right, so I like that one there. All right, so we can go to change the color of this background here, we can go to the fill color, and go to gradient, and if you wanted to kind of make something a little fancy, we can do it like that. I can add kind of some more colors to make it a little more interesting. All right, so it looks kind of like a two-toned color there. All right, so say, that's what I like and that's the type of banner that I want. You can also insert, your text box here. You can title it whatever, the title is of your classroom website. I'm just going to use my name. And I'm just going to use kind of a bigger font. You can kind of just play around with this to make it, make it your own. All right, so I like that, pretty simple. So now what you're gonna do to get this banner onto your Google Sites here is you go to File, and you're gonna go to Download, and you're gonna go to PNG Image. All right, and then it's gonna create a download for you. So my image is right here. So then when you go to your Google Sites, if you go to Choose Image and Upload, okay, you can go to your download, and here's my image here. And then you can delete. All right, so then there you go. Now you see how when I uploaded it, it looks like really hazy, kind of hard to read. So I'm going to remove the readability there, and now it looks, a lot better. Okay, so now that you have your custom banner, you might want to go through and pick a theme. So if you go to the right-hand side here, you click theme. There's different ones. So this is a simple theme, and then these are all the different kind of colors, that you can choose to add to your theme. So there's all different ones. There's vision, diplomat, level, impression. All right, so I'm going to just choose the diplomat, and then you can change again the colors here. So, and you can always just adjust this how you'd like. You can do, light font, and then you see up here that the title of my page, kind of the font changed. You can do a heavy font, right? So I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. So now that you have your banner, now you can always change the header type. You can make it like a cover, a large banner. Okay, you can just do without it. All right, so I'm gonna choose this one here, just regular banner. All right, so what I'm gonna do next, now this is where you can get creative and customize it how you wish. So I'm gonna insert a text box, and I'm just gonna write like a simple welcome message. So I'm just gonna say, welcome. I'm so happy to be your teacher. And you will be learning math. Let's say like 8. Oops. Okay, so you can customize it, obviously add more detail. Now, just like a regular text box, you can like adjust it. There's all different types of text you can write here, so that's normal. The title kind of makes it stand out a little bigger. You have a heading, subheading, and then really small text. So I'm going to go with heading. And again, this is where, the theme kind of comes in. So you see that my text color is this color. So if I want to change it, it kind of changes along with my theme. If I want to change the whole theme in general, you see how the whole kind of look of the page will change. So it's really up to you, whatever, theme or style kind of goes with your color scheme, or what looks good to you. So I'm just going to leave it like that. And you can also make this text box a color. So you can go here and you can emphasize it, emphasis 1, 2, or just keep it regular. You can also add an image if you want to. That's something that you can do. I'm just going to leave it regular. Okay, so now what you can do to make it kind of a little more organized is you can add a divider. And what this does right here is it just kind of breaks up the space in your page. Now, the really fun thing is if you have two subjects, sometimes it can get a little overwhelming because you have like a Google Classroom here and a Google Classroom there and a website here and a website there. You can make like a single homepage. And in here, what you can do is you can create your two classes. Okay, so say I teach math and science. What I can do is I can, upload a picture of the textbook or, a cool science picture. It's up to you, whatever, you want to do. I'm just going to upload just a little wallpaper there. And then I'm just going to click math class. And the cool thing here is you can add your Google Classroom code or the link to the Google Classroom website. So I'm just going to put Google Classroom sign on. All right, so then what you can do is you can kind of have the students make this into a link and have the students sign on from there. Another fun thing is you can go to the insert and you can add a button, which I think is super cool. You can do Google Classroom sign on, and then you can paste your link here. So the link is something like, and you can go into your Google Classroom and type in whatever, copy and paste the link, but I'm just going to type in the regular link for students to log in. Okay, and then you can adjust, and then you can always bring it back up to the top so it fits right there. Oops. Let's go back down. So you can just kind of play around with this. So we're going to delete that part right there. Just going to move this over. And you see when I move things, there's like a grid behind it. So it kind of helps you organize and like size your images so that way everything is kind of a nice size. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. All right, so you can adjust however you'd like. So then when students click on here, they're going to be taken right to the Google Classroom website so they can sign on. All right, so say you have science that you teach also. So we're just going to add, you can add, whatever picture you like, and you're just going to write. Okay, and then what we can do, you can delete this part if you want to, and then we can add a button, and we're just going to call this one Science Google website. And you're just going to type in the link to your website. So we're just going to say sciencewebsite.com. What, that's not the link obviously, but you type in the link to your website, right? And then you can drag the button here and then see it fits nicely. All right, so you can do a couple things. You can do this Google Classroom sign-on, or if you don't like that, you can do your math Google website, and then whatever your math website page is. So we're going to say mathwebsite.com. Okay, so you can just adjust these so they all kind of look the same. You can use the grid behind you to kind of guide you. All right, so that can be, your home page that you have set up there. Now, the real cool thing is within one Google Sites page, you can have multiple pages. So I'm going to go to Pages, and you're going to click down here, Add a New Page. And we're going to call this our math classroom. But we're just going to call it math just to make it simple. Okay, so it'll give you a title already, so you can choose, to edit it as you wish. I'm just going to kind of keep it uniform, so I'm going to delete that. But you see up here now that you have like this tab that you can click on. So what you can do is, when you go to your home page for here, if we double click that and we want to add a link to it, let's see how that website, that page now links. So when I update it, okay, and the students click here, they're going to be able to click right to that math page. Okay, so let me just kind of show you. This is a student view. So here's your site. When they click here, it's going to take them right to the math page. All right, pretty awesome. All right, so let's go back. Let's exit out of preview, and then we're going to go back to pages, and you're going to insert a new page, and we're going to call it science. And again, you can customize it, or you can keep your header the same. It's up to you. So you see now you have this math and science tab. So when we go home, click our science button, double click it, and then now we have the science page that we can link directly there. Update. All right. So if you want to preview, here's our home page. And they can go up here as well. So they can click the science page and it'll take them directly, or the math page. Or they can click here, science, and then, science, and then the other one was math. All right, so you get the idea. So I'm going to exit out of preview. Okay, so now that you have, your two pages, another fun thing you might want to put in here is you might want to put in a picture of yourself, right? So because we're in distance learning, some of the students might not know what you look like. So you might want to insert a picture of you here, and then, your name, and then, a little something about you. You can say this is my 10th year teaching. I love dogs and reading. Okay, you can customize it, however you wish. Add as much or as little information about yourself, so students kind of get to know you a little bit, because distance learning is kind of difficult for to make that connection. So this might be something that kind of helps you make that connection. All right, so that's your home page. Again, if you teach two subjects, you can link both your pages here. If you only teach one subject, you can just have your one page. All right, so what I suggest, if you go into kind of your math page, you can add pages, sub pages inside your math page. So I'm going to add a sub page, and what I suggest is having an assignments page. And I suggest having a calendar page. And if you want to, I mean, all of these are optional, right? You can adjust them however you see fit. You can do like a student work page. So maybe, you use Padlet or you do Flipgrid, and you can, or you have like a PowerPoint or Google Slides presentation that you had students work on and they created something. You can, choose different ones and add them into the student work page. So that way, you can kind of showcase some of the hard work students have been doing. All right. So when you click on the math tab, you can see, that there are different the sections, right? So here's your calendar page, and here's your student work page. Here's your assignments page. Okay, so one of the great things about this is, making sure that all your assignments are kind of in one place, right? That's the whole idea of this, to kind of make it a little more simple. So I'm going to change the background here just so it's kind of a little more clear. So I just changed my background. I'm going to insert a text box. And you can just drag it up. And then I'm just going to title it Assignments. I'm going to center it, make it a title. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert another text box, and then I'm just going to add some directions for, what I want students to do. So I'm going to say, click on the links below to access all materials for each week. All right. And I'm going to center that, and I'm going to use heading. Okay. So now I'm going to add a divider just so it looks, a little more organized. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another text box. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a link here. So I'm going to title this like week 1, and I'm just going to use like, okay, so I'm going to say August 10th through the 14th. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to link this. I'm going to link it to a page. You see, when I have this here, I don't actually have a page, right? So if I go to Pages and Assignments, I can add a subpage in Assignments, and I can title that subpage Week 1, August 10th through 14th. All right, done. Okay, so now you see I get this subpage, so you can kind of adjust it so it fits. Again, you can use, the grid behind it. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay. So when I click on the assignments, I'm going to double click it. I'm going to insert a link, and then you see here you have the week 1 page. So we're going to click apply. So now it's hyperlinked, right? So now when students click this, they're going to be able to go straight to that page. Right? So here's the page with all the assignments that I'm going to insert. Okay, so they click this arrow, they can also see the page there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of organize our work, right? So you want to go to insert, and then you look at the layouts here. And again, this is customizable. So however, you want to organize yourself is perfectly fine. I'm going to choose this layout here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to now let me kind of back up a little bit. In Google Classroom, the idea is that you're uploading all your assignments. So here's a Google Classroom that I have. And, I already have a couple of assignments that I've posted, right? Monday's assignment, Tuesday's assignment, whatever it may be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a picture of that assignment. So I just took a picture of the first slide. I just saved it as a PNG file. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on what that assignment is going to be. So I'm going to click the day, and I'm going to say it's like August. We can just do 10. You don't have to put the day there because it's already, but it's up to you. You can, again, customize it however you see fit. So what you're going to do is you can put a quick description, and you don't have to do double duty, right? In your Monday assignments, and I just added something super simple, but you can copy and paste whatever directions you put on your Google Slides in here. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to. Instead, if you don't want to add a description, so I'm just going to say click, and so I'm going to say drop and drag, or drag and drop angles to fit for each given triangle. So say that's my description. Again, you don't have to add one. You can be as detailed or not as you wish. One cool thing that you can do is you can insert a button, and you can title it Google Classroom. And then you can type the link to whatever that assignment is. So if you're in your Google Classroom, you can copy the link and paste it, and it'll take them right to that assignment, right? So Google Classroom, click it, and it'll take them to that link there. If you don't want to do that, you can also add the link here. So you can insert link here. Again, you were in your Google Classroom, you went here, copy the link and paste it. So that way they can click on the actual image, or they can click on this Google Classroom button. All right. So there's Monday's assignment. So I'm going to add another assignment. So I'm going to use the same layout, but I'm just going to kind of like drag it. Actually, and then if you ever do something you don't like it, you can go to the left here and just delete it. All right, so I'm going to add that layout again. And you can adjust the layout too if like you want them all kind of Monday, Tuesday all lined up, you can do that. Or I saw another teacher, keep doing that. Let's try that again. I saw someone else kind of do this where they kind of had it staggered, and I thought that looked really cool too. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to center this. And so Tuesday's assignment is here. So we're going to copy the link. It's angle relationship. So I'm just going to say, again, you can copy whatever your description is, your directions, copy them onto here. Again, you don't have to do this. It's really up to you. If you want to, you can. And you can add an image here. Let's see here. So you see, like when I added my image, because it's kind of like a full image, it doesn't show. So you can undo the cropping, and it'll give you like the full page, because this one was like a regular 8.5 by 11 document. And then, you can add the link, right? So the whole idea of this is to easily link back to your Google Classroom. So I'm going to go copy link. And again, you can add it with a button. So we're going to say Google Classroom and copy the link. And if something kind of goes in a space where you don't want it to, you can just kind of drag it up, and then there you go. So when you look at the preview for it, right, so here we're at the home page. So say I'm working on math, so I'm going to go to my math page, and I want to go to the assignments page, and this is the week I'm in. So I'm going to click this, And here are my assignments for the week. So the cool thing is you can kind of have all your assignments posted all together all at once for the week, or you can do it, day by day. But, again, customizable, whatever fits you. Now, the cool thing down here is you can see what your web page or how your web page will look on a phone, a tablet, and a large screen. So right now I'm in a large screen, so if students are looking at it on a computer, this is what they're going to see. If they're working on a tablet, this is what they'll see. So you see it's a little more condensed. If they're looking at it on a phone, this is what you will see. Now, a couple of things. When you're on a large screen or a tablet, the menu bar is up at the top. You can change that if you want to. If they're on the phone, you see like this kind of sandwich bar, it changes. So then they would go here. And then you can click on, whatever page you want them to access. If you want to exit out of preview, you can exit there, and you can see, everything that you're working on. All right, so if we go back to the assignments page, if I want to add another week, all I do is I add another text box underneath it, and then I'm going to write week 2, and then I'm going to write the dates, August 17th through the 21st. All right, and then I am going to go to pages, and then here I'm going to add another subpage, and I'm going to say it's week 2 and title it the same thing, August 17th through the 21st. Okay, and you'll see that page is created there. You're going to have to adjust, the header here, that title kind of gets a little, you might need to adjust it. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to use a heading just so it looks like the other one. So now I'm going to go back. I'm going to double click it, add the link, and now again, you'll see now here's that page. So you have to create the page first, going to assignments and subpage before you can link it up in the assignments page. Click apply, right? And then students will be able to go to that page. And then you can do the same thing. Week 2 of your distance learning, you can add all your assignments again. All right, now calendar. Okay, so a calendar is, I think, a really great tool to have, just because, sometimes I know last year when my students were in Google Classroom and I would post assignments, sometimes students get behind. Things get lost because Google Classroom is kind of this long running feed. And so you kind of have to scroll down and search. It's a great tool, but it's not very visually user friendly. And a lot of students actually didn't know about the calendar option. So one great tool is to, I would say, input your calendar into your Google Classroom website. So the way you do that is you go to Insert, and you go to Calendar, and then you pick the calendar of, the classroom that you're using. And then you can drag and drop it, so you can kind of move it. You can adjust it how you'd like. Now, when you insert the calendar, you're going to get this agenda view. So what you're going to want to do is, I would recommend double clicking it, and in view mode, you can go to month. Done. And then students will be able to see when the assignments are due, right? So you can see Monday's assignment is here, Tuesday's assignment, and they could even click on the actual assignment. Let's go to preview. So they can click on that assignment, and then they can see, information, and they can even look at the link there. If you go to more details, it'll actually open up the calendar itself in your Google Drive or in their Google Drive. And I kind of have all of my classrooms linked here, so it's kind of like a lot, but let's see if I just uncheck all of these. All right, so you'll see here the 2 assignments, right? So if they click it, it'll give them the link, and they can go directly to that Google Classroom assignment. Okay, so we'll exit out of here. All right, so there you go. Now, another option for a page that you might want to consider is like a resources page. So if you go to, in math, I have specific resources that, I would use that are just for math. I can add another sub page and I can do like math resources. Okay, and then again, adjust this. All right, so couple of things you can insert here. Let's see, I'm going to use that same layout. I'm going to put a picture of the textbook that we're using. I'm just going to choose this one here, and I'm going to put the title. You can put like a little description. This class will go for algebra and geometry. But you can, adjust that however you wish. You can uncrop this. You can make this image smaller too, so that way, it's not taking up such a big space on your website. Okay, and then I'm going to just kind of move this. All right, so say, so in math, we use like Edulastic. So I'm going to type Edulastic. And I'm going to put, okay, just a quick little description. And you can just Google like Edulastic logo, which is what I did here to kind of copy and paste that image. So there you go. There's your Edulastic. And if you want to, you can add a button and you can say Edulastic sign on. And then you can type the link to the student sign on page. So I'm just going to type. All right, and then I'm going to adjust it. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to add another one, and then this one we use Desmos in math. So I'm going to put on here. Okay, again, you can be as specific or as kind of general, straightforward as you want to. Go on Google, type in Desmos logo, and then copy paste it, and then you can add it here. And then again, if you want to do the button, you're going to say Desmos sign on. And this Desmo sign on, student.desmos.com. All right, so you're gonna drag the button in there, and there you go. All right, and so you can add like whatever links to websites. Say you use Nearpod a lot, Flipgrid, whatever common websites that you like to use in your classroom. I would suggest in making a resource page and adding, quick links there. Like now, I know students have the Symbaloo page, but they don't always know like to go on there or which one to click. So this kind of is just a little straightforward. You can also do like School Loop link. That would be a good idea. So that way students have like another kind of easy way to access their grades. Yeah, so there you go. Quick little tutorial on, how to create your own classroom website. Now, something to keep in mind, you can make all your edits here. Until you publish it, students won't be able to see any updates or changes that you make. So, you can title it however you want to. I'm just going to, use that title. It's publishing, and then you share the link with your parents and your students so that way they can easily, access the information that they need. All right, so again, here's your homepage. Again, if you have two different classes, this is kind of a way for you to kind of organize both of them, a little something about you. Here's your science page, your math page, and again, within each page, you have, these sub pages. Here are your assignments. You can click, see the assignment for the week. You can, post student work, kind of shout out some kids that, were doing work on time or did like a really great presentation or shared a really great video. This would be a kind of a great place to shout them out. Calendar is always a great option. Students don't really know that their assignments are going to show up. So having that available, having a page where you have common links. Maybe your textbook has a link where students can use and do activities on there. You can add that here. Again, totally customizable. Make it your own. Be creative. If you have any questions or you want some help, I can personally walk you through the process if you'd like. But again, hopefully this was informative. Hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of how you can organize your assignments and sharing information out to students and parents in a little bit simpler, easier way during distance learning. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day.